So this is the first time I've ever pulled down a reaction and redone it so that I can get some different information in there. I do feel it's very important though. Yesterday I reacted to Score Suite with vocals from K-pop Demon Hunter, and I really missed the mark in talking about the traditional Korean style singing that was playing into the singing of it. I completely missed it. And in the comments on the video, let me see if I can find that. You all left some amazing 117 comments in a day of things that I can look at to understand the singing that was done in the in the Score Suite. So we're gonna check that out today. I'm gonna click on a bunch of links that you all sent me. I'm going to try to learn and understand what I missed about the Korean style of singing that plays into the Score Suite with vocals, and we're going to get into it today. Very excited about that. My name's Tim. I've been a vocal coach for the last 25 years. Building voices is what I've dedicated my life to, that and singing and all different styles of singing. And now this channel celebrating singing from all over the world. This is my website and my awesome team of teachers that I teach with. I still teach too out here as well. I have a full studio I work with. We do in-person lessons out here in the Manhattan, Tri-State, Philadelphia area, but we have students online all over the world. So if you need a vocal coach, hit us up. Last thing to tell you about, as music reactors, all of our ad revenue goes back to the artists when we do reactions because they put a copyright claim on their music. I love that. My reactions make money for artists. Because, I'm an artist. I love that. Only thing that means, though, is that your support over on Patreon really keeps the channel going. And I actually have, if you're a K-pop fan, if you're here through K-pop Demon Hunters, I have a K-pop collection, which is growing rapidly because I'm getting obsessed with it. I have golden covers I just put up a couple days ago, 49 minutes of comparing them. I did a full uncut reaction to K-pop Demon Hunters movie as well. And then I've got What It Sounds Like, Strategy, Free, Soda Pop. They're all up over here in that collection. Okay, so here we go. Let's do it. Let's jump in and let's listen to a little bit of Score Suite first, just to get a sense of what we're doing. And then we will go on to all of this deep dive study. I've got a lot of things we can look at here. All right, here we go. These drums I was thinking about, like what traditional instrument they are. I did some looking up and we'll talk about that. It's so cool though. We gotta hear this one. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's stop there for a second. Cool. Okay. All right, so there we go. That's kind of the basis of. There's more to it, but we'll listen to the rest of it in a second. But that gave us enough to chew on here and talk about things. So let me poke over to. This was the video that I have now unlisted with all of the comments that you all have said. But before we do that, I just want to look at. I did a post. Explaining to everybody. By the way, on YouTube channels, we have a little post tab where creators put up a bunch of stuff asking the community for guidance. And thank you so much to those of you who give me guidance as I ask for things here. And I asked for some ideas of some, because you all said it was Pansori, if I've said that correctly. The style of singing is Pansori, which is a traditional Korean style of singing. And then this person here said that Arirang, if you roll your R's in Korean when you say it in English, I'm not sure. They said that this was another style, traditional style. So we're going to get into that. So first, why don't we check out this first link and listen to the Pansori singing, which is this, not that, it's this one right here. So this is an example. One of you told me, thank you so much for that, told me is an example of Pansori singing. Now it's interesting, this, I'm assuming this is like a traditional style, and then, because we have like a live contemporary band, so I'm assuming you meant Pansori and that this is just traditional vocals but with a contemporary background. Is that right? Oh, this is cool. Very hip sounding. Wait, I wouldn't have expected this in, hey, check out this traditional style singing from Korea. You know, this is like, it sounds very current. Oh, okay. The vibrato's really, there's a lot of pitch variation in the vibrato. There's some interesting, like, sort of throat catch sounds. Yeah. So, whoa, okay, no. I have so many thoughts already. What is happening? Wow. Dancing. What is happening? This is so weird and fun. Okay. Wow. So, okay, I can kind of hear now the comparison to the, like I can hear some of that. I can hear some of that it's like a very pressed vocal sound. It sounds like these singers, well, we're going to explore more, but there's a, obviously this is different and it's a contemporary adaptation of the sound, but I'm hearing that slow vibrato. It's kind of a slightly slowed vibrato with a wider pitch variation and a lot of chord closure and a lot of pressure into the chord closure. Interesting sounds up there. So, okay, now I think this was another traditional one you sent. This one I think I pulled off of the comments. I don't have information on this one. Yeah, this one has more of a traditional sound. Obviously, we have like the older instruments, organic instruments. There's a lot of what are in the world of opera, they would be like the coordination you would use to do like a trill, where you kind of you wiggle your vibrato wider. It sounds like there's a lot of manipulation of vibrato, and then using it for ornamentation. You kind of get your voice wiggling and then aiming at pitches. That's very common in opera. That's how you when you do like agility and fast stuff. That's how you get fast, really fast, is you use your vibrato kind of as a tool for articulating pitches. Sounds like that's happening here too. Listen to how much chord closure there is. Like brassy tone. Da, ooh. And then going into closed vowels, there's a flipping into head voice. See, there's like a little release of brass. Oh, see, there's a little, there's covering there. She didn't keep the oo vowel brassy. Sorry, I'm really nerding out here. It's like a little skip of the voice, too. And I do fully understand that whatever I look at here now is not going to be even close to the full picture of these art forms. I mean, you can't just pop in, oh, that's what that is. That's what that is. No, I know these art forms are huge, obviously. Now they sing in unison. So now they're singing in unison. And this was my question, because I did do some brief poking around, looking at Pansori music before I did my last reaction, but I was really fixated on this part when I did it. I was fixated on the ensemble part here. This. I was really focused on that sound, and wondering what that was, because my ears went, oh, that sounds like really like Zulu, kind of like the Zulu music that you would hear, that style that was Mbube. Is that what it is? The African style. It's a Zulu tradition where it's like the Ladysmith Black Mambazo, that style. I was really thinking that reminded me of, I've got some instruments we're going to look at. We're really getting deep into this today. We're deep diving. So this is Ladysmith Black Mambazo, that part reminded me of this a little. Well done, well done. Hear how all the vocal parts are moving in unison, and they're very like open chords. It's very open and spatial harmonies, but all the syllables are moving at the same time. A lot of fourths and a lot of sixths. Because they also, in African and Zulu music, I was just doing a little digging around looking, and hexatonic scales are very common that they use in African in Zulu African music, like we hear with Ladysmith Black Mambazo, and this is according to my research. Now, if you're an African music specialist, and if I've said any, I'm open to all of the guidance and feedback on all this stuff. So leave comments down below. But the research that I've done was talking about the similarities between like the hexatonic scales are very, it's very common in African music to use a hexatonic scale, and this music here is hexatonic here, meaning that we're using scales. So hexatonic, hexa means 6, and the scale steps I believe we're using here are the only notes here through all of these vocal harmonies, these vocal parts, are these 6 notes: E, F sharp, G, A, B, and D. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. They leave off the C sharp, which would have made it Dorian mode. And we just have E, da, 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 da. You can even see that all the C, there's no C sharps in here if you look at that line. Anyway, so because of that, I was thinking it kind of sounds African a little bit, this part. But you guys are like, no, it's not African. It's not African at all. And so that's the only thing I'm still looking for that I haven't seen any of you send me yet, is that harmony sound. Like, is there anywhere in traditional Korean music where we have a sound like this? Because none of the Pansori, did I say that right, God? There's so much new stuff coming into my mind right now. There's nothing I've seen in actual traditional Korean music that has this type of harmony. That's why it reminded me of African harmonies. And it may be that that's just the modern producer's interpretation of the traditional Korean singing, and then they just made it cool harmonies for the movie, and they just kind of contemporized it. I don't know. Could be that, right? Anyway, all right, so those were some thoughts I was having there. Now, we're going to go back over. This was another comment that, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name because I just can't read that. But we have Arirang is another, let's see, it says it's like Pansori and Arirang is another style of traditional Korean music. So let's give that a listen here. I think I have that link already open right here. No, wait, we're going to look at her for a second too. Let's see. Oh, maybe I don't have that link open. Sorry, guys. All right, we're going to go. Yeah, so I'll check this link here now. Arirang. We're going to go. Actually, I'll just click on it. Let's see if that works. Yeah, here we go. So we have some Western orchestra, but it's beautiful. So light. Immortal songs too. Okay, so is Arirang a different, this is definitely different singing than that pressed. Both of the other examples had a lot more brass in the tone, a lot more chord closure. Is this a whole different way of singing that's a little lighter? I mean, I can't make any assessments based on one song about a style, but how is Arirang different from Pansori, I guess, is where my mind is wondering. Oh, this is beautiful, though. I see so many like tangents I could go down here. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how this one plays in exactly to explaining the music for the score suite. So you did send me, however, I'm going to go to this link here. Oh, I think that was that video right there. Okay, so she explains, it looks like that's a cover of it. Oh, no, this is a cover here. I think she explains it here. I want to watch this with you guys.
K-pop Demon Hunters? It's insanely good. Let's talk about it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Wait, this intro soundtrack from K-pop Demon Hunters? It's insanely good. Let's talk about it. By the way, I'm a Pansori singer based in Canada.
So she's a Pansori.
This movie blends Korean shamanic mythology with K-pop culture, right? And that sound, it's not just some random musical vibe. It's directly rooted in Korean shamanic music. This vocal style right here,
cool.
It's called 구음, literally mouth sound. No lyrics, just pure vowel-based vocalization. 구음 is typically found in Shinali, an improv ensemble tradition tied to Korean shamanic rituals. So yes, this intro hits with a shamanic feel at its core. And the way they layered this vocal tradition into a K-pop themed movie, that's legit cultural storytelling. Also, I covered this intro myself in 구음 and Pansori style, so check it out and subscribe to discover more cool traditional references in K-content.
That's cool. Wait, let me... So listen to that sound right there. So that sound, she has a very pressed, there's a lot of subglottic air pressure in that sound, a lot of chord closure, a lot of constriction of the vocal folds. Like it's really thickened and muscularized and squeezed. And you can hear there's a little bit of open-throatedness in it too. It's really like wailing. And then the vibrato, you can hear the and I think part of that slowed vibrato comes from the amount of thickening and squeeze and subglottic air pressure, because you can't have a very fast vibrato when you have a lot of subglottic air pressure. It gets kind of slowed down and labored a little bit, and that's kind of that sounds like the tone, isn't it? That's so interesting. What was that? Goo. Oh, yeah. So that in Western singing, if a singer does that, that's typically not preferred in any Western traditional sounds. That would be what would be considered a wobble. If your vibrato is too fast in sort of traditional classical music or traditional singing, it's called a tremolo. And it has to do with the amount of times the vibrato happens per second. Men's voices typically are slower, like around 4 to 6 times a second. You have vibrato happen for men. For women, it's usually around 6 to 8 times a second, and that just has to do with the size of the vocal folds. The shorter your vocal folds, the smaller the vocal folds, the faster your vibrato will be, and the opposite's also true. But unless you do a very pressed sound and you get that sort of wobble in your voice, which is a part of the style, it sounds like. Wow.
It's called 구음.
It's covered up by the text. I can't see it. Guhem?
It's called 구음.
Guhem. When I see the G, it sounds kind of like a K the way she said it. And I thought I noticed that also when I watched the K-pop Demon Hunters movie. There were a couple words that the G and the K get mixed up, and they're very similar consonants. G, k. They're hitting in a very similar spot in the mouth, so I guess that would make sense.
It's called 구음, literally mouth sound. No lyrics, just pure vowel-based vocalization.
But see, the thing is, though, this wasn't pure vowel-based vocalization. At least the first part was, but then words kicked in, and I was told in the last video that those words are actually Korean. They're not. It's not just like gibberish words like I was thinking. Sorry, it's not at all. They're actual words, people. Yeah. So. Okay, yeah, she's cool. Wow. I kind of want to watch her do some of this stuff too. And then there was a cover. Somebody did a cover. This is a Pansori singer who did a cover of it. So let's check her out. This is so cool. Wow. Oh, there's that slow, low vibrato. The first part of her vibrato, though, was pretty normal, relatively. It was kind of just like a brassy, belty tone, very straight tone. Wait, did the vibrato come in right away or not? Oh, this is so wild. It did. She had it right away. Actually, no. There's a moment, there's a stabilization in straight tone, and then the vibrato comes in. Straight tone, is the opposite of vibrato. Interesting. Funny, I know it now. I've heard it so much. Oh, yeah. That's such a cool sound. You know, hearing this, I'm just thinking back to that one we just watched where they turned it into a song and how weird and cool that was. Where was that one? This one. I love this. This is so weird and fun. Like, where do I sign me up? I love that there's a traditional style of singing like this that is just being used and people are making music and making art with it, which is also I mean, I just reacted to Iron Mouse doing her Music Box of Fate, her new operatic song, and it was, I mean, this like operatic influence style of singing in a contemporary song. We're doing all sorts of things now. I just love it. It's just so mixed up. This is so weird and fun. I kind of want to react to this whole. Is this a band? Anyway, okay. So now the big thing I'm still stuck on a little bit is that ensemble part. You know, what is that? Like, is there a part of Korean traditional music that sounds like this? All those fourths and harmonies. That really sounds to me like. I mean, it could be that it's just taking that idea and like let's make it sound contemporary now and get those tight harmonies that. You know, it could be that. Let me know what you think about that. I would love to know if there's some way of singing in Korea where they do this too. Because that was the part where I got tripped up in listening to this. I was like, oh, what, you know. By the way, this software here is called Melodyne. I extracted the MP3 out of the video and then I extracted the vocals out of that and pulled them into the software so we could look at the notes. Yeah, anyway, super, super cool stuff. So let's finish off listening to it now. Let's go over here and just finish off. Yeah, we were kind of, I think we were here. Yeah, let's go. They have my mic. Also, you all let me know in the comments what the words mean. And this was, yeah, so it's We cannot dispel the darkness alone. Let us sing the song of our people with steadfast voices. We shall save this world. Okay, cool. So that's what was said. Those were the syllables that I didn't know what they meant. And by the way, if I said some other stuff too. I got a little more granular into talking about talking about the ensemble vocal stuff a little bit in the other one. I may share my other unlisted reaction just in case you want to compare it and hear me pretty much not knowing anything. I'll keep that up maybe over for those of you on Patreon if you care to watch it. I mean, why would you watch me being uninformed? I don't know. But this is now getting to be long. I don't care. I want it to be long because I want to explore this. So yeah, let's keep going. And then we have to talk about, the last thing I haven't talked about yet are some of these traditional instruments over here, like the book. I think that drum we're hearing maybe could be that, because it looks bigger. Maybe because instead of a timpani, I thought, again, one of the million things I messed up in my other video, I thought the drum was maybe a timpani, but I think it was probably a traditional instrument, that were the boom, that cool percussive sound. This piano is beautiful, and notice how beautifully subtle the layers of these vocal sounds, that kind of how it's coming in and out. It's got like it's got all these like reverby sounds and things like that happening. It's super cool. Such great textures in this arrangement. This production again, oh my God. This part kind of reminds me of like Adagio for strings from Samuel Barber. Oh, so beautiful. I think that's like a traditional stringed instrument. This. What is that instrument? So weird. Wow, so beautiful. All right, so some of those instruments, what were they? Let's look here. So this is the book. This drum provides the rhythmic accompaniment to the singer's sorikun vocal performance. The drummer is known as a gosu. Cool. I wonder if that's the super low one. There's another video. I just wanted to watch a little bit. It was explaining some of the other instruments. This one is a kayagum. See, okay, so right there we have the K and the G. We have a K, but is it a K or a G? So yeah, I was noticing that as a thing with Korean language, the G and the K, how I don't understand when to use what. It's a zither string. Okay, I think we were hearing that sound.
A traditional Korean zither-like string instrument, with 12 strings, although more recently variants have been constructed with 21 or more numbers of strings.
Modern days, we love more strings on things. Like, everybody's playing basses now with like 7 strings on them and stuff. It's so crazy.
It is one of the most representative instruments in Korean traditional music.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The
tone qualities.
kayagum has a long history.
Okay, I can't go into like doing too deep dive. I just want to kind of touch base a little bit with these.
Stringed musical instrument of the zither family of instruments with both bridges and frets.
Wow.
It is played with a bamboo stick called a soldi.
It's got a bite to it.
The giamungo has a distinctive sound
It
and is
does.
known for its deep, resonant tones.
Whoo! You could do some weird stuff with that because it's percussive and pitched at the same time. Oh, wow. Okay, a couple more. I think we were hearing this
Hagum.
one in the track a little bit, weren't we? It was in that. Didn't we hear that over here? I can't tell if that was a voice or if that was a. That was one of these. Hagum.
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 A two-string
From the bending, it makes it sound like singing, like a. Oh wow!
vertical fiddle.
Almost like a theremin.
It has a rod-like neck, a hollow wooden sound box,
That's
two silk
cool.
strings held vertically on the knee of the performer.
There's not enough time in the day to explore all the music around the world, or to like even to try these things. Every time I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I love trying instruments. It would be so fun to play with this.
And played with a bow.
Oh,
It is known for its distinct.
okay. I'm really nerding out now. Okay, let's a couple more things. We got the piri.
Its large and cylindrical bore
Beautiful.
makes it sound mellower than other types of oboe. It is
I like
made of
the
bamboo
vibrato. You
and
kinda-
performs both folk
Just
and
shake it.
classical music of Korea.
Okay, that's cool. Piri. And then I think we've got a drum here left. The two.
Chango is an
Chango.
hourglass-shaped body with two heads made from animal skin.
Now, see, that drum doesn't sound to me as deep as these drums. Is that more what the book sounds like? Maybe with the right
Both
mic.
heads produce sounds with different pitch.
Okay. So cool. Okay. Very neat. Very exciting. So my only question that I still have is about the ensemble stuff. Is that, if you know anything about ensemble singing that kind of sounded like this sound. If you know anything about that, let me know. Other than that, I feel like I definitely have some more information. Hopefully I didn't share anything that was wrong. But again, I'm kind of exploring this as somebody that, I'm learning myself about this, and I very much respect it. And with the channel, I really love the idea of celebrating music with you all from all over the world. Like, there's so much amazing music happening all over the world that there's not enough hours in the day to even scratch the surface on everything. And I love the idea of celebrating music and sharing it. And, somebody seeing this video and going, oh, I didn't know anything about Korean traditional music. That's cool. Maybe I should explore one of these instruments or try that vocal technique or something. I love the idea that maybe my videos could open up someone's mind to new stuff. So thanks for watching if you got this far. I really went deep divey on this one here today. So, but that was fun. We're just exploring music together. So, all right, I'll see you soon. And if you like this video, subscribe to stay up to date. And if you want to come over and watch K-Pop Demon Hunters with me all the way through, it was really fun. And I've got, lots of other stuff over there too. So, all right, I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.